First of all, the first thing I noticed was, is that E.T. taking a lead role?
I know, that's what I said.
I'm like, E.T.? And then so like you getting an opportunity to talk, and it's funny because she can't talk either way. She's funny. She just doesn't know how to.
She don't know how to talk. She don't know how to talk.
Because it was awkward the way she was saying.
It was so awkward.
You made it sound cute, but like it was actually awkward.
But it was like she was trying to be cute,
yeah,
but it was awkward for sure.
It's cute. It's fun. It was funny because it's like, look at E.T. try. It's like, you know, when your first time trying to like sound corporate.
Yeah. It was giving that. She was really trying to sound mature. Yeah. Like an adult.
This the kind of beat to go, this the kind of beat to go, this the kind of beat to go, rock, top, top.
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Welcome back to another episode of the Petty Headquarters. I'm your host, Tiana Locke, and this is
Jessie Strange.
And we are back at it again with finally a Baddies recap, y'all.
Yes, finally. But for those of you who are new, welcome. We're the Petty Headquarters podcast. We cover things like Hollywood culture, internet culture, reality TV, and like today, Baddies.
Exactly. I know this is long overdue. I know a lot of people have been waiting for this.
Yes.
And we are finally here.
Yes.
To talk about Baddies, episode 8, 9, and 10.
Yes.
11 and 12 would be for the week after.
Right. So 11 comes out tomorrow night.
Today is Saturday.
Yes. But we're doing 11 and 12, and you know, we'll be back to our schedule.
Right.
It's been a while since we covered Baddies. We took a nice little break.
We did.
Yes, it was needed.
It was
needed because I feel refreshed.
Yes, I feel ready to like talk my shit. You feel me?
A lot of people have been asking, we need to see your opinion. We need to see your opinion.
Yeah.
And I was wondering what the problem was.
Like what the fuck happened? Why y'all want to know our opinion so bad?
And now I know why. We have a lot to unpack today. Lord have mercy.
We have a lot to unpack.
Yes.
And with that being said, let's get into this week's dose of mess, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so episode 8 takes up where the girls are at rehearsal.
Yes.
And obviously the last episode ended with Rock and Mariah and Tesehki and that whole blow up.
Mm-hmm.
And of course it continues into the additional blow ups.
Yes.
We have Lex and Tommy, you know, they getting over their little situation.
Uh-huh.
Then Mariah out of nowhere sneaks Amber.
Yeah.
Which I was shocked. I didn't know. She said that's for my friend. That's for my friend. But I'm like, what the fuck happened? And which friend is she even referring to? E.T.?
And I don't know. I never know with Mariah.
You never know with her. She's always on some weird, sneaky, just weird follower shit. Like she's always, I don't know. She's always on some fake shit. Like for real. Like she just be playing that game.
Yeah.
So I didn't know why she snuck Amber.
Yeah.
But obviously Amber was like, all right, now she's trying to get to her. Security's not really allowing Amber to get to Mariah at all.
Mm-hmm. Which we end up finding out later that like Amber shows a text message from Mariah talking about, look, this fake ass bitch. She was showing me love 4 years ago.
In my DM.
In your DMs. Yes. And now here we are. She's fake. And I'm like not surprised because at the end of the day, it's Mariah Lynn, and this will not be the first time you hear me say that.
No, literally. I feel like every time we talk about Mariah Lynn, it's always some flip-floppy fake shit. Like, she just does shit for TV.
Yeah.
And that's it. They cut her the check and she does her job.
Exactly.
Literally.
She literally does her job.
I have nothing else to say about Mariah Lynn other than that was her doing her job. So her job is to be fake.
Yeah, exactly. And Biggie tells Rock that she hurt her toe, which was like a big thing.
Yeah.
Because like she had to perform and she couldn't get her feet done, which I thought was mad funny.
That shit was mad funny. I started cracking up. She's like, that really hurt me because, you know, my big toe and all that. Like, you know, I be wearing my feet out, my shoes and my pedicure. Like that really hurt me. But I was like, yo, what is this? But I'm happy that Ciroc apologized to Biggie. I thought that was really mature of her.
Yeah.
You know? And
it's funny because I end up liking Ciroc this season more than I like Pressure, which I thought it was the opposite because obviously we know Ciroc is the person who
came on,
snuck Biggie.
Right.
But like, I don't know. I'm really fucking with Ciroc versus
she's
Pressure.
Funny. She actually has personality. And I think that's what I like about Ciroc. Like she just be saying shit.
Yeah.
But it'd be mad funny. me, and like, she really don't care. So, you know, Rolly is trolling Summer because Summer makes an appearance there at the rehearsal. And of course, everyone is just going off, and Rolly's trolling Summer about her lake house, which I don't even understand why these girls are so mad.
I know.
The lake house is beautiful.
But why how can you troll someone for getting property?
That's what Summer said.
When Rolly been on how many seasons and barely got anything?
Thank you. And Summer even talks about this in an interview where she looks at Baddies as, Baddies, this is cool, but this is not, you know, the end goal. This is the investment that's going to lead to other investments. And that's why she mentions her lake house, because that's one of the things that she talks about. And in this interview, we see a whole different side of Summer where she's talking about her investment. She's talking about her lake house. She's talking about the future that she wants, and that she's using Baddies to fuel that. And I think that these girls really forgot this is the point of the show, right? The point of the show is that shouldn't be the main goal. And Summer talks about that so well on this interview, and it's nice to see the growth. And obviously she doesn't show that on Baddies because we know what Baddies is about.
But also Summer's drunk on Baddies.
Right.
All those girls are alcoholics on Baddies because it's kind of like a way to cope with the environment.
Yeah.
And then like even Killa said it at one of these episodes. She's like, y'all making me an alcoholic.
Yes.
Because Natalie and Fania and Killa were talking. Obviously, I'm jumping ahead, but y'all already know because we're mad weeks behind anyways.
Right.
But, you know, they were talking and she's like, they barely, you know, just got in. She's like, let's cheers, baddies. Like, baddie, shot o'clock.
With the champagne.
Yeah. And Killa's like, yo, y'all making me into an alcoholic.
And you know what pissed me off about that scene? They had freshly squeezed orange juice there. Not one of them touched the orange juice.
Yeah.
You know how mad I was? I was like, I thought you guys were going to have mimosas. No, y'all straight champagne.
Yeah.
Not one drop of fucking orange juice. And that was freshly squeezed. That was not Tropicana, simply orange. That was freshly squeezed orange juice. Because there's a difference. I can tell what freshly squeezed orange juice looks like as opposed to fake orange juice.
Okay.
There's a look and there's a texture. And that looked like freshly squeezed. I'm like, yo, y'all didn't drink that?
Yo.
Give me some freshly squeezed, please.
We know you love your juice.
All right.
But anyways, yeah. So I mean, going back to the making fun of and like trolling, Tommy ends up trolling Big Legs, talking about Summer head good.
Yeah, I know. She said she got some fire ass head. No, she got some fire ass head. And that honestly had me weak. I feel like Tommy this whole season is just trolling everyone. Like, she not even getting mad or saying anything that makes any sense. She's not coherent. She's just chatting and trolling everyone.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm not even gonna lie, it's making her so funny to me.
She's always been funny, but like, yeah.
But this season, funny. It's even funnier because she's just like, oh.
Yeah. She's not getting mad no more. Yeah. Her face.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Tommy? Like, I can't.
Yeah.
But I do want to talk about also how Biggie mentions that she doesn't like seeing Tesehki fight. And she says this. And, you know, obviously Tesehki's like, girl, shut up. Like, it's not even that deep. Like, that wasn't no fight. And I'm like, okay. So in this moment, we see Biggie actually trying to be a caring, consoling friend. Like, I don't like seeing you fight.
But
whatever.
we also see Tesehki basically saying, I'm good. I don't need nobody basically to speak up for me. I'm good. Okay, so keep that in mind, all right? Because it's like, why didn't you say that when your friend was talking up? All right, we'll save that for the next episode, okay?
I feel like we're ready to talk about this.
I'm itching.
We're itching, but we have to get through episode 8. So at this point, Tesehki and her friends, they go outside. Now, they want to go head up with Summer, Tommy, and at this point, Tommy's friend, cousin Treve, is there. And it's a whole big commotion, right?
So Treve and Rocky fight, which is funny because up until this point...
Can we make up another name for Rocky?
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I don't want to say her name.
We're not supposed to say her name.
I don't want to say her name.
Balboa.
No. Boba. I like that. Boba.
Why Boba?
Because she looked like a boba ball. Like tapioca ball. Boba.
I was thinking Rocky Balboa.
No, come on. That's the whole point. We want to get away from Rock.
Oh, so
Rocky.
let's just do Dookie.
Dookie.
Yeah, because she ain't shit.
Oh my
or
God. Temu. I like that.
Okay.
We're gonna call her Temu. I
Okay.
like that.
All
Okay.
right.
So Temu, now she's hyped. She's on go. She wants to fight for Tesehki because obviously Tommy, Summer, they're talking shit. Now Treve is there. Now Treve's ready to go. She won it with anybody, whether it's Tesehki, whether it's your friends, it doesn't matter. So now Treve and Temu fight. And yo, Temu got her ass handed to her twice, 2 different occasions. And she really wanted to go after the first round. I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like, but I was very happy. It was a nice sight to see because it's like, you came out here really trying to fight Tesehki's battles and doing the most for no absolute reason, which we see more in episode 9. And now, look, like you thought you had that and you in fact didn't, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So,
And this whole scene, I'm not gonna lie to you, right? Like I'm cleaning my room. So like I step away and I come back and all I hear is BBW fight. It's a BBW fight. So I take off my glasses like, who the fuck are these bitches? Because I don't know any of them.
Right.
And I'm like, damn, like have I been gone for Baddies that long that I really don't remember the cast?
Yeah.
And it wasn't until episode 9 where I'm like, and then you clarified. I'm like, oh, we got the outsiders fighting.
Temu. Yeah, the outsiders.
And Treve, because Treve is an outsider too.
Yeah,
the
she
fuck
is
you doing here, bitch?
She is an outsider.
The only thing is I respect Treve more because we ain't get no fucking confessionals or anything from Treve like that.
This is true. Wait, did we get confessionals from Temu?
Yes.
When? We got a confessional? She had a confessional?
Didn't she have a confessional episode 9?
I don't remember.
That's how I found out her name.
I don't remember.
You're
probably right.
I think that's how I found out her name.
You probably right.
I think so. Y'all confirm if we got that confessional.
If we got a confessional from Temu or not. Okay. Well, so now Temu damn near almost gets choked out by Treve on the ground, which is wild to see. But, at some point, Biggie is inside actually rehearsing with the girls and leading the rehearsal, which is crazy to me because I'm like, how do you have Biggie leading the rehearsal where she's like, okay, she's rehearsing. Then all the other girls go up. So you have E.T. and Bahati. They look kind of cute together. Not going to lie. They were sitting and talking. And I was like, oh, y'all look kind of cute together. And then we have Tavy rehearsing. And then she throws shade talking about how she don't fuck with the police. And of course, that's direct shade to Fania. Fania used to be a cop, used to be in the academy, all that. So now Fania rehearses and throws shade talking about Trick Daddy, which we all know everyone calls Tavy Trick Daddy. So now Tavy and Fania are having their stupid little beef during rehearsal, throwing shade at each other.
She's like, you sing to me, bitch. You sing to me.
Yeah. So now Biggie's just running this rehearsal and bitches are fighting and Summer just won't stop yelling at this point. Like she's outside just talking a lot of shit and she just won't stop. To the point where even other people are like, yo, this is your problem. Like you don't stop, right?
I mean, though, and it's true.
It is true.
But
sometimes she gotta chill.
But whether you're her friend or not, she doesn't stop. So it's like, and I love that she clocked that with Dolly and even Tommy. You see it time and time again in the next few episodes. She's like, it wasn't a problem when I was your friend to Dolly. So now all of a sudden it's a problem.
Yep. She ate with that.
And even Tommy, you see her actively as a friend dealing with someone like Summer who don't know how to shut up.
So now at some point we see Tink trying to drag randomly too, because none of this is making sense. None of this is
too
flowing.
chaotic.
It's very chaotic because it's not flowing, so none of it makes sense. Now this is like really all over the place. So now Tink, because I guess she had her little beef with K-Rican, right? She goes to Biggie and she's trying to drag the wig from Biggie. So now Biggie and her argue because Biggie's like, I'm just taking, I don't know whose wig this is. I'm just taking it up. I'm cleaning up the area. It's too much wigs on the floor. And then Tink is like, why won't you give me the wig? Like, why you not giving me the wig? If I want to take this bitch's wig, I'm going to take her wig. So Biggie's like, okay, but you already fought her. Like, what is the point of you wanting to take her wig? Like, just, I'll give the wig back to her. And then Tink's like, what the fuck you have the wig for? Why, what, you on her side? Like, so now they have an argument based off of a fucking wig. And I'm like, this is the most female shit. Like, I feel like Baddies is really some female shit, like in jail type shit. Like, why are you arguing over who the wig, like what?
Like the girl whose wig that is and not even there fighting
not
about
even in
it.
The scene. Not even in the scene.
But I also feel like Tink be doing that. You know what I mean? It's so funny because people are so quick to talk about Biggie's this, Biggie's that. But Tink is also mad annoying. How long have we seen her have beef with K-Rican?
This is true.
And this has been dragged.
This is three seasons now.
Time and time again. Rican ain't even there to fight for her wig, and she fighting with Biggie over it. It's like, y'all talk so much shit about Biggie. I don't hear not enough talk about Tank being annoying about that.
You know what's crazy? I feel like I do hear a lot of talk about Tank.
Do you?
I do, yeah. Like if we're gonna be real and stick to the numbers, I think obviously Biggie is more of a fan favorite than Tank.
Mm-hmm.
So people do talk shit about Tank. However, the cast members are on the show may not talk about Tank as much as they talk about Biggie.
That's true.
Yeah. Because they have their favorites.
Because what? Biggie's a prima donna.
Yeah.
And she has more motion. And Tank just stays in line because she got no motion at all.
Yeah. So as Biggie and Tank, they're going back and forth. Biggie then brings up the fact that Tank just be defending Natalie online and always has Natalie's back. And it turns into a really dumb argument. Where
they go arguing for a while.
To the point where Lex comes in, then they arguing about whether Biggie shared her food in Korea or whether they allowed Biggie to go with them in South Korea or not. And I'm like, okay, now this is getting really childish. So of course we go on to the next scene where now there is a sound check. And I don't even know the time because they don't say this.
It's like 1 hour before the show.
Well, DJ Sky does say it's an hour, that they have an hour left before the show, but that doesn't tell me how much time they were there before the actual show. So all we hear is that DJ Sky says it's an hour before. So I don't know. They could have been there longer, or they could have been there an hour before and was just doing sound check. Kind of sounds on brand, seeing how they show up late to everything. But the girls are there. Natalie performs, does her sound check, and everybody does all of that. And I'm not going to lie, in this moment, I was thinking to myself, they really be fighting, not rehearsing, and then doing a fucking half-ass last-minute rehearsal based off of what I'm seeing. And that's crazy. And this is why Biggie don't be playing no games. She's like, I want to perform. I want to rehearse because, like, there are certain songs I haven't performed before because she performed a new song.
I was so fucking happy to see.
Yeah, it was good.
Shout out to Biggie for performing the Spanish music. Standing in her Dominican light. Representing Latino culture. The same people that was saying you talking that Guadaguala shit. She's the best performer. I will never let that go.
Never forget
because
that.
I could not believe Black culture making fun of a Latino, right? And granted, whatever, y'all can say what you want about Dominicans, but that's not what we're talking about here. It's like y'all experienced the same type of isolation and y'all came for Biggie, and now look at the turn. Biggie not rapping. She rapping in Spanish.
Yeah,
she's
crazy.
rapping to the Latinos. Shout out to Biggie. Yo, I saw that song and I'm like, yo, that shit is lit.
But what's also more upsetting too is that, she's speaking Spanish, but she's also recognizes that she's Afro-Latina too. And they totally disregarded that side of her too.
Absolutely.
Which is even more mind-boggling.
That's actually a great point.
They disregarded that whole side about her too. And just focused on, like, you speaking that Guala Guala shit. And I'm like, yo.
Instead of understanding that in the Latin culture, there are literal Dominicans that do not even want to claim that they're Black. So
and
the fact,
Biggie claims that.
Right. The fact that Biggie represents that, you really shitting on her is crazy.
Yes. And that's the part that's crazy.
Good point.
But, so now I want to say Phoenix looked lit. That fucking venue was huge. I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't mind being in Phoenix just for the shits and giggles.
Hey, I mean, since you're stating your opinion, go ahead.
I'm gonna be mad at the end of the night, but shits and giggles, we're gonna be like, yo, I got it with lit.
I ain't gonna lie. One thing about that venue that I did see, it did look big. Yeah, it looked crowded. But one thing I couldn't help but notice, which is something, I've been looking at for a while, is a lot less people our age and a lot more younger folks.
That's true.
I noticed a lot of young faces. And I'm like, damn, when did Baddies become like a young kid thing? Like, it used to be people our age. Yeah, there were younger folks, but it was a particular crowd that would come.
Yeah.
Now it's like giving teenage bop type shit. Like I see mad young kids. It giving 18-year-old.
Why you say bop?
Yo,
cause Disney bop.
What is that? Teenage beat bop?
I know what you're talking about. Kids bop.
Kids bop. I'm like, yo, what is Kids Bop doing in the crowd? Made me feel old. I'm like, I know damn well Baddies We've only been doing this for 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
August will make the 3rd year.
Yeah. So it's like, it's not that we haven't been around that long to say like I should feel this old.
This
like,
is true.
Like your
This is
crowd
true.
got significantly younger.
No, this is true. So now the girls perform, and I will say Kanaya performed pretty well, actually. I was shocked. I didn't even know who it was. I'm like, okay, Kanaya, you're spitting. You sound good. You know, voice sounds good. Breath control's good, because a lot of these girls don't know that.
Where's Kanaya from again?
Jocelyn's Cabaret.
Oh, okay. Because I feel like she's the one like even the last episode I kind of like least remember.
Yeah.
Like how do I remember more
But
of
she,
the
you know what it is? She
the
always
baddie.
changes her look, I feel like. Every time I see her, I'm like, I don't know if it's her.
Oh,
I think that's what it is, because she's present. Like in the last episode, which is 7, she fought Bahati on the bus, no? Or was that 6? I think that was 6, but she be present.
She just don't got personality that much, in my opinion. Because it's like, how do I remember Hurricane M before you? How do I remember TT before you? Like, I don't know.
So
weird.
now the audience, of course, starts fighting the usual, and it's bad.
Did you see that slow-mo?
Yeah.
Of the girl pressed up against the gate and the crowd, multiple hands grabbing her hair?
Yeah, I saw that. That shit was crazy. I was like, this is not fucking cute. But they think that that's what's going to get them on the show. So they do that. And that's on the production. That's on Zeus. That's on Baddies as a whole. Because y'all don't put consequences in place. If y'all had stronger boundaries and put more consequences in place for people like that, then people would be on better behaviors. But you don't do that.
But it's funny because Rolly stopped the music and was like, hold on, DJ, stop the music. Y'all need to chill, da-da-da. But
No, that doesn't do anything. Kick them out.
No, the point is, I found it funny that Rolly tried to actually step in and use her power to calm the crowd down. But you hear Lemmy in the background talking about, go ahead, Rolly, keep going, Rolly. And I'm like, yo, he don't give a flying fuck, bro. It's crazy. And
That's crazy.
People would argue, right? Like, they only paid for a certain amount of time. You get paid overtime for this. But like, let's be real. They had no problem staying extra late in New York.
Yeah, this
you know
is true.
what I mean? So I don't want to hear the bullshit. When somebody cares, they'll care no matter the consequences.
No,
Look
this
at
is
Jay-Z he started his concert late, 3 hours late, and he still paid the price, you know, because he cared about the people that paid to go see him. So it's like, at the end of the day, y'all got money. Don't use money as an excuse when you're flying in your private jets and fucking have your own airline just so you can not pay taxes. Get the fuck out of here.
Yo, literally. So now the crowd, obviously at some point, we get some type of crowd control, and DTV comes out and the crowd is chanting her music, and that shit was lit. So I'm thinking, damn, it must be crazy to even feel that. Like, just that, oh, you bitches think you tough or whatever the fuck. They was just chanting her shit. And that was insane.
Yeah, and then this is where we get the black screen, or?
Yeah, this is where it pans to the notes of like what happened to Summer. I guess Tesehki's friend Tay ran up on her outside of the venue because she saw her. And I don't know, I was hearing that Summer got jumped, but now
We know.
that it was just Tay.
Yeah.
So I guess Summer felt like she got jumped.
Yeah.
And you know, we then see Summer going off and she's upset and she's like, I want to leave. Like, I'm not performing. Fuck that. Bring me my this, bring me my that. She calls up her friends and she's like, no, they just try to jump me. You gotta come. And all of this
Cops
crazy.
show up.
Yeah, the cops show up, which is really insane. Phoenix definitely was a crazy night. Crazy fucking night.
Yeah.
Mariah performs her new song with Tank, which I thought was actually good. One thing about Mariah is she could perform. It's just unfortunate that like she's not really as focused on performing because I guess that doesn't pay the bills as much as being a reality TV star.
For sure.
Yeah.
But fuck Mariah. Stunner girl! Stunner girl! My heart.
She looked good.
In all caps, my note says so fucking good in that blue and yellow.
Yo, she looked fucking good. She ate the fuck down. I was like, Stunner girl, when I saw her pull up, I literally yelled at the screen. I didn't care about nothing else until she yelled at the screen. You know better, so you did better because I'm more of a real but my pussy wetter. Period. Oh my God. Stunner girl came up and I was like so happy. I was like, this is what the fuck we need. And she does
Clock
this. So,
that.
And she's smart with the way she's showing up on Baddies this season. She's showing up solely as performer, and she's having her fucking way, period, as she should.
As she should.
As she should. She performed, and I know that crowd went fucking wild, yo. And of course, after her, Biggie. Biggie always turned shit up when she performed.
Performed her new song.
She did. And then they had a special guest, Skilla Baby.
Girl,
I don't know who that is, but it seems like he's really popular. Maybe like
in the younger
South,
crowd. Oh.
In the South, because like Dolly was like, "Y'all got Skilla Baby." So I don't know if maybe like that's like a certain type of like hip hop that's like really popular with like I don't know where she's from, but I don't know who that is. Y'all probably know who that is. I don't know who the fuck that is.
I don't know, but and this is where we go to the back, right?
Yeah.
This is after the show.
Yeah.
Biggie apologizes to Nat.
Yes.
Publicly, and Nat appreciates that because
Yeah.
like she already apologized. She says that Biggie already apologized privately, which is why she ended up on the show on the performance.
Yes, performing.
Yeah, she ended up performing, but she appreciates her making the effort to do it on camera as well.
And I appreciated her doing that too because Biggie, you know damn well you and Nat make money together. That's like your most important thing in your relationship. We make money together.
Yeah.
So you better put your pride aside and like, yeah, you ate that little one too. You did, but like. It's just you just have to keep those relationships.
I think at the end of the day, Biggie's a businesswoman,
Yeah,
just
exactly.
like Natalie.
And yeah, Natalie knows that's why she apologized to DTB.
Exactly.
Same shit.
Exactly.
Same shit.
Period.
So Nat, I want to say she comes out last headlining the show, but then they played the song with Baddie Bad, right? Because first was Doing What I Want, then Baddie Bad with Lemmy. And Lemmy started rapping. And I'm like, ain't nobody care about Lemmy part. That's literally how I felt. It's like, ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. The fuck? The fuck? That pissed me off. I'm sorry. He just I'm like, what are you saying? I got me so mad. It's like, let me move.
I ain't gonna lie, yo. I'm over him. We're moving on.
Yeah, moving on.
So then we get like, it's like 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Right? Tommy says that her cousin got too drunk.
And her and Summer start fighting in
And
the hotel room.
They was fighting in the hotel room. Glass is thrown.
Yeah.
Blood is everywhere. And
Cops show up. Tommy talking about... So now there's a live, I guess Tommy had went live during this situation. So they played that live clip on the show, showcasing like what happened. So you see Tommy talking to the police officers.
Yo.
And I love how the code switch was immaculate.
Insane.
She's
really good at it.
She switched up the tone of her voice so quick when talking to them damn cops.
Yeah. It really reminded me of like what my family member was telling me about how when he go to the hood, they really don't talk and they really be lying. It could be blood and glass everywhere, bullet holes, and they be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
So she sobered up real quick talking to them cops, talking about no, nothing happened. I think it was, she made up a whole story and it made sense.
Yo,
it made sense.
You could tell she does that.
She does that.
Yeah, she's a professional.
That's what she said. I go to jail. She said, I'll fight.
She said, Summer talking too much. Was she a storyteller?
Yo, that had me weak because I'm like, no, for real.
Yeah.
And I could understand being annoyed with Summer in that moment because it's like, damn, even in front of cops, you still talk?
Yeah, like, shut the fuck up,
like,
bitch.
Shut up. Like, I get it. You know, that's you. But when we're in a serious situation, there's cops involved and we're trying to, like, get out of this sticky situation, you need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah. And Summer, she was just chatting. And that goes to show you, right? Like, again, Summer is authentically herself.
Literally.
Even when you're her friend, she talks too much.
Yeah.
And that's just it. So when Dolly talking about you don't know how to shut your mouth, it's like she never did.
Yeah.
And she never did. So I don't know why you saying that as if that was ever an issue before.
Yeah. So now Tommy clearly handles the cops really well, gets them to leave, and that's when she going off on Summer. Mm-hmm. But then you get the little note from the screen that they got evicted from the hotel. So I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. So now Natalie, Rolly, and DTB, they meet up, right? And Natalie, she's just so funny. Because I feel like she just be talking to talk at this point because she's like, I don't like how the girls are bringing outsiders. I don't like that. But I'm wondering, do you really not like that? Or are you just saying something because, you know, this is your scene with your other cast members, you know, and your employees that you're just saying that shit?
Yeah, I think she's just saying
Me
it.
too.
But she also ordered 3 shots and a margarita. So I just want to like keep keep the clocking on all the alcohol, because I feel like, you know, a lot of the times we see these people like going back to summer and having probably a more sober mind in that interview. We actually get to know who they are. In this shit, they're all drunk as fuck.
Always drunk. Always drunk. And now, you know, Natalie is also, she brings up DTB. I mean, not DTB. She brings up Biggie while talking to DTB. And she says that she doesn't like that she uses the platform to accelerate herself. Which I'm like, isn't that what the platform is for?
Also, how are you going to say that in the same breath, but then on the next episode or later on, wherever episode she meets up with Stunner Girl, talking about, how can we get you on? It's boring. And Stunner Girl's like, pretty much, honestly, she said cut a check, but I don't think even a check is going to give her, like, she's going to ask for such a big amount that you're never going to cut the check, because I think that's the point. The point is she doesn't want to do that. And you still fucking with Stunner Girl, but Biggie tries to set a boundary, and it's like, oh, look at you. And that's the problem with like the anywhere with people who are haters or people that, you know, they build someone. They get mad when they build someone so big that now they want to do their own thing or set their own boundaries. And it's like, there's a little bit of hypocrisy in that. You know what I mean?
Because the difference between Biggie and Stunner Girl is Natalie did not build Stunner Girl. Like, Stunner Girl was always a rapper doing her shit.
That's true.
Making her own fucking money.
That's true.
Didn't even need baddies like that. People knew about her before she went on Baddies.
That's a good point.
Right? Biggie, Natalie did help her a lot. So I think every time Natalie feels like she's had a hand in helping someone, it's like, well, you got to do this and you got to do that. Don't think you're above the program. Don't think you're above the program because I made you. That's how she treats people when she feels like she had a huge hand in helping with their success. Not cute. So Natalie then goes on saying to the girls that she had to fight. So she feels like Biggie needs to fight, and she still has to fight. Like, she even recently had to fight DTB. Like, she's always having to also get in the field. So I was like, Biggie, you're on a platform where you need to get in the field, and you don't do that, and you act like you're big in the program, which is why she said you act like a diva. So that's where this conversation is going.
It's so funny because this scene, it reminded me of a story that our friend recently told us about how she finally started doing her own thing. And people were like, oh, but you ain't bring us. I made you. And it's like, it's funny because it really be on some hater shit. It really be on, because like, it's easy to look at Natalie's like, why would Natalie hate on so-and-so? Because it's like, Natalie obviously does better. But like, it still comes off as a hater. Like, you want them to still be under you, because it's like so funny, because it's like, it's fucked up. Like, you know, you should kind of want people to do better so you can do less.
So you could do less. But it's weird because she be rooting for Biggie, but then she'll say stuff like that. You think she just says it for the cameras and for the sake of the show? Like, she doesn't really mean it?
I think she says it because Biggie can be annoying. And a diva can be annoying as fuck. Especially like, you know, like, Biggie is a crybaby. And she's a whiny baby. So I can see that. But it's like, I guess the way she be acting as if like she don't want Biggie to be bigger than the program or something. I don't know.
It's exactly that. But then, you know, I feel like with this scene, it just reminded me, if you don't know what this show is about, now you know. Because it's about fighting. It's about fighting. Plain, short, and simple. Because the way Natalie's talking too, like, in order to be on this show, you have to fight. That just tells you what the show's about.
Natalie's not right, because at the end of the day, Stunna is living proof of that. And she's like, yeah, I'm not coming in. And then Natalie tries to convince her, but it's boring.
You see how she tried to play cute.
Yeah, she tried to be cute.
To play cute.
That's what I'm saying. She's like, but that's boring. No,
you're really trying to have Stunna fighting for her life. She really
and even Stunna said it was like, yo, people clout chasing. There's too much drama.
Too many girls.
Everybody, all these girls just want to fight. You lose the point. There's not enough artists.
There's not.
And she clocked all of that.
It's true. Everybody's fighting for their life.
Right. So it's like, you know, it's so funny because it's like the same way she's begging Biggie to fight is the same way she's begging Stunna to fight. And it's like, you don't have to fight. Because look, Stunna is an example of these CEOs can tell you all they want that they need you to fight, but you genuinely, as long as you're good at your craft, do not need to fight.
You don't.
And Biggie's also an example of that.
100%. So now Ciroc and Egypt link up and basically talk about the situations that happen with like Summer, Tesehki, Kanaya, whatever. They all come in and they're all talking about the same shit in that one little scene, recapping their stupid situations and altercations. Then we get to Tavy and Pressure sitting down. And I'm just so over this whole thing with Pressure because I thought it was done. I'm not going to lie, I thought it was done. But then Tavy confronts her like, you talked about my kid. And I just don't appreciate that. Pressure claims that she didn't. I don't have receipts of where she did speak about her kid. So I'm not even going to speak on that. But this is what Tavy's saying. So I wish in this moment that Tavy pulled out the receipts because I just like, I don't know. I low-key feel like Pressure's a liar. Low-key. So I'm just like, okay, where's the receipts? But she didn't pull out the receipts. Pressure is literally just playing her, trolling her. And then they eventually get into a fight, right? And they get into a fight multiple times. Wigs are thrown. Like Tavy's throwing Pressure stuff off the fucking roof, whatever, wherever they are. And yeah, pretty much that is where that episode ends. Any thoughts on that?
No.
I'm
over Pressure.
Are you over Tavy?
No.
You're not over, you're over Pressure.
Over Pressure. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, every time I even write this girl's name down, I'm like, bro.
Yo, that's why Ciroc said if she come on talking, you just hit her.
I understood that. I understood that.
Boom, boom.
Because it's like, I don't know. I feel like, you know what it is? It's like Pressure thinks that just by fighting, that's enough to be a baddie and the star of the show when really you're giving me the fucking ick. You remind me of E.T. on her first season that just kept fighting with no personality. Don't talk. You just, yeah, babe. Babe. I'm the star, babe. Why'd you sneak me, babe?
I do think Pressure has a little bit more personality than E.T. Let's be real. She got a little bit more personality than E.T. because the way she was trolling Tavy was ridiculous. I was kind of laughing. But I agree with you in terms of...
She's annoying.
Yeah, I agree with you with that. But I do have a question. Like, why do you think someone like Biggie becomes the responsible adult when it comes to the show Baddies, especially when, like, she's also a part of a dysfunctional ass show?
Because she has a clear head on her shoulders.
Right.
Yeah, like she's not a fighter so like if she was, would it look differently? Probably, right? But she doesn't want to be. She doesn't have that in her personality. She doesn't want to be. Like some people don't want to fight and that's a real life quality. Like that's a real life quality. They would much rather run. They'd much rather like throw something before they fight in the paint. Like that's just what it is. So it's like people like that, like, you know, and I just feel like imagine somebody trying to change who you are. Like, you know, and Biggie's not that type to do that. She's not a follower. So I just feel like naturally it comes, she sees the vision. She knows she secure her seeds in other places where it's like fighting doesn't bring anything to her. So it always comes off as she's the responsible one. But in reality, she actually is just as much of a crybaby as a lot of these girls. The only difference is there's so much more dysfunction that it makes Biggie look as responsible when it's like Biggie's also has a lot of things I can criticize. She doesn't, you know, she does gaslight girls.
Yeah, she does.
She doesn't take accountability.
Yeah.
She plays stupid too.
Yeah.
She'd be like, what do you mean? You know, I just want to have fun. You know damn well what you're doing.
Right.
You play stupid a lot too. So it's like, you know, Biggie, there's a lot of things we can't criticize her for. But that's the same thing as what we'll get into when it comes to Krishan and Tesehki. When you have someone who's more dysfunctional, it's easy to look at the one who's a little bit calmer and a little bit quieter as the better one. But they're just as bad.
Yeah, this is true. I mean, yeah, shit. I don't even want to ask my next question because let's just get on with it because I feel like it's going to come up later as we head into episode 9, y'all. As we head into episode 9.
Y'all, I have been on one since last night. I was on the phone telling Tiana how I felt, so I cannot wait to get into episode 9. I have so much to say. I'm so sorry it took us this long to get here.
Yeah.
Yes, let's get into it.
All right, so Scarface meets up with Bahati and Neek, right? Two poor decisions. Now, this is a great play on words because it's actually meaning pour, like pour the water out.
shit.
but decisions, but it's still poor decisions, right? So I was like, oh, that's cute. So now Bahati, I thought it was so funny as her and Neek walk in. She's like, I want some food. And I'm like, girl, you know you're not getting no damn food.
Yeah.
First thing E.T. talking about order some shots. Order some shots. There was no food ordered. And then E.T. tells, Bahati and Neek, I invited, TT and Hurricane. I want y'all to talk it out,
It's so funny because you make it sound cute, but I'll be honest with you. First of all, the first thing I noticed was, is that E.T. taking a lead role?
I know. That's what I said.
I'm like, E.T.? And then so you getting an opportunity to talk, and it's funny because she can't talk either way. She's funny. She just doesn't know how
She don't know how to talk. She don't know how to talk.
Because it was awkward the way she was saying.
It was so awkward.
You made it sound cute, but it was actually awkward.
But it was like she was trying to be cute,
yeah,
but it was awkward for sure.
It's cute. It's fun. It was funny because it's like, look at E.T. try. It's like, when your first time trying to sound corporate.
Yeah. It was giving that. She was really trying to sound mature. Yeah. Like an adult.
I was
like she wanted to make it sound like that. So, but you could tell they spoke to her about that. Because I feel like the real her would just be like, y'all gotta fight.
Yeah. And she says it, she's like, y'all wanna fight, y'all can fight. And she goes, I'm just kidding.
She's like, I love a good fight.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, E.T. Talking about, I just want y'all to talk about the issue.
Yeah.
Put it in the past. I'm like, girl, what?
Like, did you practice that in the mirror?
Yes, it was giving she practiced that, right? She practiced that. So,
I'm happy. But I am happy to see her try.
Yeah, me too.
I am, because it's nice to see that you're coming in for using that platform for a better opportunity and redeeming the way you acted the first time we seen you.
Right, exactly.
So even though it's awkward, I will never knock a woman for trying because I appreciate it. And I did. It was funny, but I liked it. I will not lie. It was awkward, but I liked it.
Yeah. So now TT and Hurricane, they come in walking cute, hair laid, heels, all that.
TT talk about hi drunkies.
Yeah. So I'm just like, okay. As the girls are sitting there at Poor Decisions talking about their differences, TT says that she has no issue with Bahati. Now, Bahati basically says that, she has an issue with TT because she felt like she kept coming for her friend, and she's talking about Neek, right? And she's referring to on the bus when she kept trying to basically bully her, oh, you say you don't want to fight. Why you don't want to fight? Because your hand fucked up, all that shit, right? Now, Neek is saying that she also has no issue, and she explained that she just wanted to take the wig, and she's talking about her issue with Hurricane at this point. And this is where Neek was getting caught up in all of her bullshit and all of her lies in this back and forth, because what she was saying was making no sense. And I feel like in this scene, Hurricane was clocking every single thing that she was saying. So Neek was saying that she wanted to take the wig and admitted that she did hit her. But on the bus, she said that she didn't hit her.
Yeah.
So now Hurricane was like, okay, so you admit that you did hit me. This is exactly why we fought. So why did you hit me? For no reason. Neek doesn't really have anything to say. She was just saying because you're pulling the wig for me and I'm trying to get my friend's wig. So yeah, I did hit you. Right. So now Neek is not apologizing. And I feel like that is probably what would have made the situation better. Because I'm thinking to myself, if you're going to admit that you hit her, just apologize.
Neek came in as a lying, hypocrite asshole.
Yes. And this scene is really showing it even more, because the scene with Amber and everyone else, when you were how we need to stick together, now you're saying, I don't have nobody's back. That was already very telling for me. But this told it even more, that you didn't even know what to say as Hurricane just caught you in two different lies.
And it's funny because it's thinking back to Jocelyn and how she always had an issue with Neek because Neek was very selfish, she would say. Selfish, thought about herself.
Yes. And then play dumb.
So it's funny because you're seeing again those qualities show up here.
And then try to act like you're in charge of every single thing when no, this is Jocelyn's show. And I understand why Jocelyn had an issue, but she then goes on to say that Hurricane jumped in a fight where Hurricane was like, what are you talking about? I was already in a fight. Me and Bahati were fighting. How can I jump in a fight that I wasn't fighting in?
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, period, Hurricane.
Yeah.
I don't even fuck with you like that, but period. So I'm like, yeah, Neek is not making any sense right now. So now TT, she don't care. She I need that from Bahati.
Threw a drink at Bahati,
threw
which
a drink.
started the fight.
Yeah.
Bahati fights TT. Hurricane fights Neek. They're
Yep.
throwing water.
Yep.
The drinks are everything.
It's a
just
chaos.
yeah.
It's
all
chaos.
hell breaks loose.
All hell breaks loose. But I
Okay.
do want to note something that I didn't realize. So Hurricane tells Bahati that Neek was the one that told Ciroc that Bahati was talking shit about Kanaya. I had to rewind that 3 times to make sure I heard that correctly. So when Hurricane said that, I was like, wait, did Neek also instigate the situation that happened between Kanaya and Bahati? So now it makes me think, like, what the fuck is really going on? Why would Neek tell Ciroc something like that? And Neek never cleared that up because obviously everybody's talking over each other. So now I'm just looking at Neek like, are you just instigating and hiding your hand type shit?
That's what she looks like. She
It's-
always does. Like she's been doing for a bit.
Right. So I'm like, why would you tell Ciroc about that? And then Kanaya, that's why she confronted Neek like, hey, like, your friend hit me and we fought because of you and you didn't have my back, right? But now I'm finding out that you're telling Ciroc what?
Yeah.
So now this is looking really bad for Neek in this situation. Just a very messy, he said, she said situation where I'm like, all right, man.
I ain't gonna lie, I lost it at the he said done. I can't
Girl,
keep up with the back and forth.
I rewinded it 3 times to make sure I heard right. Because I was like,
Yeah.
did I just hear that?
Yeah.
She told Ciroc what?
Yeah. So like at some point, because everyone's fighting, ET coordinates for Hurricane and Neek to have a one-on-one. And Hurricane ends up looking crazy.
Bloody
Obviously,
nose.
Neek fucked her up, gave her
Yeah.
a bloody nose.
This is so
Exactly.
bad. This is so bad, yo. And then Neek after that, she's like, I'm done. She's not doing nothing else anymore. This is what you wanted. I didn't even want this. And now look at you. And of course, there's just back and forth yelling at each other. So at some point, and they leave. That's it. That's the end of the scene. It's crazy how they have these scenes just to have these girls fight. Like, you meet up just to fight. You don't meet up to drink and have a good time and let things progress. No, you meet up to fight and bang and leave.
Yeah.
That's the scene.
That's Baddies USA chapter 1 and 2.
It's fucking crazy. And then you have people in the background looking at them too that was at the spot just looking. And I'm like, oh God. So Tommy now, we get, this scene, Tommy and Summer are sitting down talking. Summer's hooked up to IV fluid.
Yeah, she's getting an IV drip.
She's getting an IV drip. Tommy's getting it too. Then Amber come in and she get hooked up too.
Yeah.
And the first thing I think to myself is like, yo, this show is fucking nuts. That you have to get an IV drip.
I feel like that's like a more of a Tommy lifestyle healthy thing.
I know it is. I know. But when you're on Baddies, it just makes it changes the vision for me.
Remind you
It
of them
changes it just like you're getting so fucked up that you got to watch your health. So it makes me think of that. Like it changes the definition for me. Like, yes, we know it's health, it's wellness, it's lifestyle. But when I see that on Baddies, my brain automatically thinks because you're getting fucked up on Baddies, you need an IV drip.
You know what's funny is that the first thing I thought about was like, this is what Diddy had Cassie and all them bitches do when he would run them down for like 48 hours and they was all depleted and shit and would sit there and have to get an IV drip.
Doing all them damn sex parties.
So that's
Allegedly.
what I thought about.
So now Amber comes in and this is where she mentions the 11 needles in her face with the stitches. And again, so now you see the placement for me. They're getting an IV drip, and then she talking about 11 needles in her head. Now I'm looking at this like, you bitches be getting fucked up for a check. You bitches be getting fucked up for a check. And that is insane to me. So that whole scene just made me think of that.
Yeah.
Like how fucked up these women get that you need an IV drip. Or you need the 11 stitches.
Yeah, like,
and it's just so regular.
or that the IV drip ain't that bad because you got 11 stitches. So it's like, this ain't bad. Like,
right.
this is actually great.
Because Tommy talking about she's scared of needles and she being a drama queen, and that's how it came up.
Yeah,
where
exactly.
Amber's like, I got 11 stitches. I'm going to get the IV drip. So
So this is also the scene where Amber shows them the DM from Mariah and says that she's fake as fuck. How you want to be my friend and then want to sneak me.
Yeah.
And I think that's all they talk about, right?
Yeah, that is. And then, they show the messages and she just says that Mariah Lynn is a follower And yeah. Oh, what she says that I like, she says that, you know, she switches up when she gets around Tesehki.
The same thing that was Temu was accusing Biggie of doing.
Right.
But you know, we'll get to that in a few.
I think it's interesting how Mariah can hide behind whatever demeanor that she literally gives everybody. And I'm like, how are you letting Mariah Lynn slide? She must be a great strategic manipulator because she just stayed manipulating all y'all. Like, how did y'all not see that with Mariah Lynn? How do y'all not see it? Because she's been the main one that did the first one to do it. Buddy with Tesehki, jumping in for her when she fought Marsh. All of that was strategic. Like, how can you not see that?
I think it's because Mariah is connected with Natalie and who she connects with. She's been in the program for a while.
Yeah.
And a lot of these girls keep their friendships because they're connected.
Yeah.
Not necessarily because they like each other.
And this is why, you know, when Biggie in that argument says, we make money together, Temu wasn't wrong to clock that. She wasn't wrong when she clocked that because it's true. We're industry friends. We're not real friends. But we not there yet.
We about to be. Biggie and Mariah are at the arcade. Okay. Mariah says that she has a bone to pick with Biggie. And because, you know, you could tell Biggie doesn't want to hear it.
No.
Biggie gets defensive. She's trying to play stupid. She's like, but I want to play a game. I want to play.
I'm not gonna lie, I felt her because if I'm in the arcade, we on Baddies, it's a toxic ass show. We finally get time at the arcade and I want to fucking play a game. Don't talk to me about no fucking Baddies.
No.
Let me play my fucking game, bitch.
In the confessional, Biggie talks about, well, you know, we're in an arcade. Can we not talk Baddies for like 5 minutes? Or did she say that to Mariah?
Yeah, like 5 seconds. No, in the confessional.
Yeah, so, and I'm just like, Biggie, that's stupid. That's like literally clocking into work talking about, can I just not work for like 5 minutes, please? Like,
people do that.
Yeah, but then how does that make you look? You want to talk about, you want to be respected, but then it's like, you know what I mean? Like that's weird to me. If you act like you're hanging out in South Korea with Mariah and doing that, like you are on camera.
Yeah.
You have baddies everywhere.
You're working.
This is baddies.
Yeah, you're working.
What do you mean? Let's not talk baddies.
Yeah.
What does that mean? That's crazy. You're on baddies. How you telling me don't talk baddies while you're on baddies is crazy.
Yeah. So now Mariah is saying that her and Biggie have a love-hate relationship.
Yo.
Right? And she's basically trying to talk to her about a bone she got to pick with her. Biggie just keeps ignoring her.
Yeah, because she's like, oh, I want to have fun, and you're being negative.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
like
what
she's
she said.
dismissing her,
Yeah,
pretty much.
Very
She's
dismissive.
Very dismissive.
And you can see throughout the interaction, Mariah's getting frustrated.
She is, because she's trying to talk, and Biggie don't want to talk,
Yeah.
and Biggie keeps talking over her and cutting her off.
And then Tesehki at some point comes in the background, and then Biggie uses that as an excuse to again change the subject. I'm like, oh, sister!
Yeah.
And then Mariah, I found interesting. She said, this is what pisses me off, you dirty fucking bitch. Or you she called her a dirty bitch. Not even a stupid bitch.
No.
A dirty bitch. I was like,
from the soul.
I was like, oh,
you really don't fuck with Biggie for real.
yeah.
That's how I felt.
Oh, no. I was like, oh.
Like,
tell me how you really feel.
So aggressive.
Yeah. You said some fucking dirty bitch or some shit like that.
Didn't she say dirty fat bitch or some shit?
No, she didn't say fat.
Okay. Because shit could have fooled me. So, you know.
Oh, dumb dirty bitch. That's what she called her.
Dumb dirty bitch. Yeah, it came from the soul the way she
you
said
dumb
it.
dirty bitch. I'm like,
she said the D's and the B was very hard.
Yeah.
Dumb dirty bitch. I can't even do it.
I call my friends dumb bitches. But
dirty
bitch? Damn. Like, you really don't.
Like, it's deep. It's deep. So, you know, Mariah is basically she's over it. She feels like Biggie's being extra and like Biggie doesn't want to listen to her and Biggie wants to play a game, not talk baddies. And so Mariah's trying to tell that to Tesehki. Biggie's trying to tell that to Tesehki, and they're just kind of talking over each other. But then Mariah's like, oh, let's go outside. We have snacks.
When she said that, I was like,
this is weird. Feels like a setup.
You have snacks?
Yeah, I was confused about that too.
Like, why did you not just have this conversation here? And this goes back to the same thing. You know how they don't have fights in the house anymore? They're like, let's go to the yard.
Yeah.
Let's go to the bonfire.
Yeah.
Let's go to the beach.
Yeah.
Because the crowd is too big now.
Yeah.
It's giving, let's go to the back because I'm not trying to fight here. It's giving setup.
Yeah, 100%. That's why Tesehki said she thought Mariah was going to fight. She didn't think her friend was going to fight. Because the setup was supposed to be for Mariah. That's why Mariah started the scene. So they go outside, and now they're arguing over salad. So now I'm over it.
That's shady, though.
That was shady as fuck.
That's
I got
shady.
you a salad because you said you was working on your diet and your weight. And then Biggie's like, what the fuck am I going to do with this? So now they arguing over the salad.
Then she's like, I got you 2 dressings. That's all you need.
Yeah, that was rude as fuck.
That's your friend?
Yeah,
that's your friend?
She said, you fat, dirty bitch. Fat, dirty, dumb bitch. You being a salad bitch.
Yo,
that's what it was giving.
That shit was shady.
She's always shady. Always shady. So now this is where Mariah starts her conversation. She has a bone to pick with Biggie. She feels like she doesn't have her back, which is so fucking stupid. Bringing up Ciroc. When Tesehki already fought Ciroc for you, so why the fuck are you in Biggie's face? So this is what starts the conversation. Then you got Tesehki's 2 friends there. Wait, I didn't even get to the friends yet.
No. Because why the fuck are they even here? Why do I see them in my face?
Yeah, Temu and the other one.
What the fuck? Girl, when I say that they have gotten so fucking lax about bringing these bitches, random fucking Temu ass baddies into the fucking
$2
scene,
hoes.
probably not getting paid. And you know what? Lemmy don't got no problem with it because you working for free, you dumb fucking stupid ass bitches, fucking doing all this for what? For the possibility of getting on the show? You look stupid. And then you would think that they would come with some fucking valuable shit to come and clock. But no, the bitch has the audacity to come and lie. Oh my.
All right. So let me set up the scene now, because Jesse getting heated. Let me set up the scene now. Your face turning red. Your face turning red. Calm down. So now we got Temu inserting herself in this conversation, right? So they got a whole fucking scene. Temu is pressing Biggie at this point, and she feels like, why are you and Ciroc friends? Because I'm starting to feel like you set this whole thing up. You guys are friends. You and Ciroc are friends now. Y'all are hanging out now. And Biggie is trying to explain that Tommy is the one that set that up. She's the one that brought Ciroc. I don't understand how I set anything up. And she's even explaining that her and Ciroc are not friends. Ciroc is blocked. But yeah, Ciroc did apologize. But that doesn't mean that we're best of friends. What the fuck are you talking about? So now it gets even further where Temu is saying that she feels like, Tesehki always has Biggie's back. And Biggie's like, Tesehki doesn't have my back. And she says she uses Tesehki as a lapdog. Temu said Biggie uses Tesehki as a lapdog to fight her fights and her battles for her. So now Biggie said she only said that one time, and they bring up the live as an example where Biggie on the live is saying, I'm going to call Tesehki on you because I'm not fighting you. Tesehki's going to fight you for me.
Which Biggie apologized. She says that she called Tesehki and apologized for that.
And she says that there, that she called Tesehki and apologized for that. But Tesehki still never fought for her anyway. So I'm still very confused as to why this narrative is being said when Tesehki actually never fought for Biggie. Tesehki actually hugged Big Lex after Big Lex slapped Biggie. So I'm just very confused how Tesehki is fighting any of Biggie's battles.
I'm just confused. Why the fuck this Temu ass bitch ass baddie that thinks she's a baddie coming in here talking to fucking Biggie like that one? Who the fuck are you? Why do you even have screen time? Why, if this is how Tesehki feels, why is Tesehki not talking? Why do I get more personality from her Temu ass friend than from Tesehki? Why do I hear her friend more? Because Tesehki, even when she fucking talks, you can't even understand what the fuck she's saying.
All right. It's a show. Let's breathe. I'm sorry. I know you're upset. Continue.
Yeah, no, I was really mad because it's the audacity for this girl to come in and say, one, that Biggie's known for setting what up?
Yeah,
Setting
that
up?
shit is crazy.
Setting something
Setting
up.
people up.
It's crazy because it's like Biggie don't even like to fight.
Biggie don't even fight. Why
Biggie
the
don't
fuck
even
would she
want
set
to
anything
talk
up?
to Mariah about a simple problem.
Yeah, don't.
What the fuck what are you even say? Did you watch the show?
Yeah.
Did you watch the show?
Like, why would Biggie set anyone up? That's weird. That's always a Tommy and Natalie and Lemmy thing. So I'm
Right.
just so confused.
So that one too pissed me off. And then the audacity for the lapdog to call Biggie a lapdog. Say that Biggie's,
treating Tesehki like a lapdog.
yeah. And it's
Yeah.
like, bitch,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah. Now you have Tesehki sitting here watching this all unfold. She's not saying anything at all. She's just watching them talk.
And I want to take notes from the future episode of when Tommy and Summer and Treve have a sit down because I felt like it was an exact example of a true friend versus someone who didn't give a fuck.
I agree.
Because when Treve sat down, Tommy took control and was like getting in between because mediating the situation. Because at the end of the day, she's like, I fuck with y'all both.
Yeah.
Tesehki is quiet, not saying a damn thing, getting quote unquote uncomfortable, to the point where she turns around to Mariah and allows her friend to talk to Biggie the way she does. And even Biggie was like, are you trying to listen to me or are you trying to like have a problem?
Yeah.
And even in the confessional where Tesehki's like, that was the wrong thing to say to Temu. And it's like, okay, so you knew that. And yet you still didn't mediate the situation. Yet you still playing stupid, which really this whole scene, I'm sorry I got worked up earlier. It's just, you know what it is? I get upset, when people have the audacity when they I don't understand where it's coming from. Where it's coming from. I don't understand.
From background characters.
You're not even a character. You literally are like a standby. Like, you know what I mean? You're begging to be on the show. This is your audition?
You're standby.
You're
a stand-in, bitch.
Yeah, they call you when the other person calls out.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So one, it's the audacity that killed me. But two, it's like, it really pissed me off because all this scene reminded me of my take on Krishan Rock. Because we sat here as a collective.
Yeah.
Looking at Krishan like how, Tesehki's the more mature one. Tesehki's calm. You're probably the one lying. And I was one of those people that was kind of like, I never said that I believed so-and-so. But what I said was, I can see both sides, but I also can see Krishan lying. And when I saw this, I saw a lot of the qualities in which the way Tesehki handled Krishan's situation. Yeah. One, she was being dismissive. Yep. Okay. Two, she played stupid.
Didn't take accountability.
Krishan got upset when Tesehki's friend showed up at the lobby of the hotel and Tesehki was like, I don't understand why you're upset. They weren't doing anything. But look what your friends did. Your friends literally described how they saw Summer and was plotting, dodging security just to get to Summer. And and Krishan knows Tesehki's friends more than we could ever know on the screen. So it's like you gaslit us as the audience and your sister like she was bugging out for no reason when your sister probably knows what your friends have done and are capable of, and yet you still didn't take accountability for that. You still made her seem like she was crazy, which is exactly how she treated Biggie. She literally, after everything, after her friend attacked her, made it seem like it was Biggie's fault.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was crazy. And then it's like, it really made me think also like, Tesehki said this. She said something that really, it reminded me of a Malone. And I'm going to play the clip here.
You guys can INSANE rock. I'm highly favored. I'm highly favored. All of us are. We're all got.
One thing about me, I'm highly favored, which is exactly the words that Krishan would say when she's in the wrong and got nothing else to say. And she's talking about God. And it made me think about everything. Like, when you take away the first names and you just look at the last name Malone, y'all had the same drug addict mother. Y'all had the same absent father. Y'all had the same fucked up childhood. Y'all had the same thing. So it's a shame of us as people to think that Tesehki is no better or any worse than Krishan Rock.
Yeah.
I think they are just as bad. She is just as bad. She's just quieter.
Yeah. She's just more
She's
quiet.
just quieter. And it's like, this scene really made me reconsider and side-eye Tesehki on a whole nother level.
No, literally.
Because also it showed that you were never Biggie's friend.
Yep.
And I know we've been side-eyeing that for a while.
Right. But this confirmed it.
100% confirmed it. 100% confirmed that you can't take accountability.
Yeah.
Talking about, oh, I didn't know she was going to attack you. You telling me you knew your friend for 20 years and
that
you
shit was
couldn't,
crazy.
and you said in your confessional that was the wrong thing to say to her, but yet you didn't know she was going to attack you. You thought it was Mariah Lynn. Meanwhile, Mariah Lynn was talking to you and your friend was talking to Biggie. And then when she attacks Biggie, you go to hold Biggie back?
Yeah. That shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. So here's my whole take on this thing, man. So I'm not going to lie to you. As I'm watching Temu talk and get more hyped and saying all of these false accusations about Biggie, I'm just like, yo, who you feeling like? Who the fuck are you feeling like? And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little gasp for air because I'm like, no way you just said Biggie set shit up. That is like the most craziest lie you could ever tell. And like you said, do you even watch the show? But to see Tesehki go off on Biggie like that really just made me say, Tesehki's weird. Weird. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like Biggie and Tesehki's friendship has been done for a long time now, especially in Tesehki's mind. But after that encounter with Biggie is really insane. She's going off on her and all this dumb shit. And at some point, Tesehki does go over to her friend Temu asking if she hit her first because she didn't even believe. She wasn't even listening to Biggie. Biggie was like, she hit me. Tesehki wasn't even trying to listen to her. So then eventually she asked Temu and Temu's like, yeah, I hit her. I think I did. What do you mean you think?
That's crazy.
What do you mean you think? Now I feel like you a lying ass bitch and you coming in trying to start shit because that make no fucking sense. You think you did? You were very quick to say, yeah, I hit her. But then you tracked back and then you said, I think I did.
Right.
So now that makes me know that you came in here starting with Biggie because you just don't fuck with Biggie.
100%.
You came in here starting period because you know damn well all that shit that you said out your mouth was a fucking lie. Was a fucking lie.
And the thing is that Tesehki was there listening to the whole thing and not once did she ever
interrupt. But she interrupted Biggie. And that's the thing, like even Biggie, at some point, Mariah Lynn still tries to take up her issue with Biggie after that whole thing happened and transpired. Mariah's still trying to say, you didn't have my back. And Biggie's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, now I love the narrative comes in. We fought for you, Biggie. We fought for you. Remember we said last season, they did not fight for her.
They didn't. That's why I found this whole
They
Mariah,
did not fight for her.
Mariah picking this situation as an actual thing when this has been the friend group that has been the most where it's like they don't really have Biggie's back.
Yeah.
Tesehki has Mariah's back,
and
Anna Mac's back, but never, ever had that protective energy towards Biggie.
Never.
Knowing damn well she
Never.
can't fight either.
Yeah, never.
So it's so fucking weird. And then Tesehki having the audacity to go in the confessional verbatim say, before I knew it, they were fighting.
Yeah, because she said she wasn't looking. And I went and
On
I rewatched
purpose.
it. And I saw that she was not looking.
Yeah, she was looking at Mariah.
She was looking at Mariah.
I know, but that doesn't mean Mariah wasn't talking to Biggie.
That's what I'm saying.
I feel like she did it on purpose. She wasn't looking on purpose.
I don't necessarily know if she did it on purpose. She probably really just thought, Mariah, this is your scene to fight Biggie. And thought she was going to do that. That's what she said. They curate these fucking scenes and have them meet them up just for that. We know that. But this whole situation was so bad because even at some point, Biggie, she loses it, starts crying, and she's like, I don't understand what the fuck this is. Tesehki never has my back anyway. Tesehki went on there and said she was going to beat me up. And then Tesehki was like, that's not true, which I thought was weird because didn't you post online saying put your paws up? So now I'm just like really confused.
But my thing is, even if this was Mariah's scene, why the fuck are your friends here? Tell me you're not sending her up. It'd be one thing if your friends came from the fence and they were not in the scene. But there wasn't, or if they just walked in the arcade and they just attacked Biggie. Then you can tell me you didn't know. But the fact of the matter is you allowed your friend, you allowed me as the viewer to even remember this bitch's name, to really, this bitch had a whole fucking scene. She talked more than I've ever seen Tesehki talk in my life.
Yeah,
it was so much words.
She talked a lot.
To the OG, the lack of respect. And then I'm like, you telling me you didn't know your friend for 20 years
was gonna hit
Biggie? Please, girl, save me the fucking bullshit. I see right through you. I see how you play. I see how you still, even now, cannot take accountability.
Nope.
Even when it was obvious to take accountability when you hugged Lex. All you had to do was say, I'm sorry. And it was that hard for you. And then you want me to fucking look back at what happened with Krishan and actually believe you?
Yeah. The whole family's fucked up. We just gonna leave it at that. Whole family's fucked up. And you're so right, because who the fuck are the OGs? Because why the fuck is these side characters coming in talking like they've been on the season forever? You talking mad loud and confident like you know exactly, Biggie set people up. You talking loud and fucking wrong.
Meanwhile, Natalie's begging Biggie to fight, trying to antagonize her to fight. Why the fuck would Biggie ever set herself? That is so fucking weird.
But also, it's like Tesehki immediately thought Biggie was the one that hit her friend, which is weird because Biggie don't even fight. So why would you be going off on Biggie in this whole scene? I just thought, Tesehki, you're weird.
Yes.
You're weird.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't care what comes out of Tesehki's mouth. I don't care what excuse comes out of her mouth.
This is
there
so
are
wrong.
So many things that you did that was so fucked up that either one, you never been Biggie's friend because your automatic reaction was to hold her back. And it's like, so you're also a fake ass bitch. Which also reminded me of when Krishan was like, we were cool. We were making money together. Now when the cameras are on, you all of a sudden have a problem. It's funny because it's like, okay, so if you're good at being this fake with Biggie for this long, and now we're finally seeing the real truth come out, then how can I not look at the whole Krishan thing over again and be like, maybe Krishan was right. Maybe Krishan is telling the truth that when you're in Baddies and you're on camera, you do switch up. Because you fooled me. You fooled me. So how you can't be fake.
Yeah. So now you got Temu over there going off, and she's in Tesehki's face saying that, you know, she's upset that Tesehki's always fighting for her friends, and her friends are always letting, you know, her fight her battles, and like Tesehki shouldn't have to be fighting all the time and all this stuff. And I, you know, at some point I kind of understood that, because it's like, you know what, Tesehki has said time and time again, she doesn't want to fight, but she knows how to fight. And that's why she gets treated differently. And that's why people look at her differently. However, she don't want to fight, right? So her friend of 20 years knowing that is like, I don't even want you to fight. I'm going to fight your shit for you, which I find it interesting. I'm wondering if it's also strategic, but then again, I don't know. They were friends for 20 years. So it may not be. This may be genuine. But then she starts saying that Biggie just likes to act like she's innocent and she be setting shit up and all this stuff. And I'm like, wow. Where is this strong ass hatred coming from? You don't even know Biggie. Where is this strong ass hatred coming from? Why are you so involved when you're not even an OG? You're not even a fucking cast member. You're not even in the plot. Like, this is crazy. You inserted yourself in the plot. Like, that's wild to me. Then you have Temu confronting Tay about beating up Summer.
No. She didn't confront her. She literally deliberately said, let's talk about how Tay and Summer, so-and-so. And I'm like,
why are you leading this entire scene? You're leading both of these scenes right now. We don't know who the fuck you are.
The audacity.
The
audacity. How is this side bitch doing more work for the network than Tesehki? This, I swear, like, you don't hear Tesehki. You don't ever hear Tesehki do these conversations.
No.
Why the fuck do we hear her talk about, who are you to navigate?
Who are you to navigate?
That shit fucking irked me. I'm not gonna lie. I kept looking left and right because I was wondering what I was watching. I'm like, who is this girl and why is she in my face? Why do I know her name? Why do I see her? Because it's like, Tesehki, isn't this your job?
Yeah.
Isn't this the same thing you get criticized
Yeah.
for? That you don't do enough? This is and now your friend is outshining you?
Yeah.
Your friend is fighting your battles, treating you like you're a victim, treating you like you need someone to fight for you, even though you put 11 stitches in Amber's face? I know you said you felt for that, but it's like also Teseki's like, I don't need protection in the last scene. When Biggie was trying to say, like, you know what I mean? Where, in the last episode.
Of course she's going to say that. Being naturally, that's being your environment. If you always grew up having to fight for yourself, of course you're going to say that. But that doesn't mean that you don't appreciate when someone does actually help you.
Yeah, when it's called for. But Biggie?
Yeah. Biggie is crazy.
Do that with Summer.
That's so weak.
And that's the thing. Okay, you did it with Summer. Summer deserved it.
Yeah.
Summer deserved it. Like, you know what I mean? But not only did you come on here trying to fight Biggie, but then you think you're doing something when this is the weakest link of the bunch.
Yeah.
It's like you not doing nothing but looking stupid on the screen.
Yeah, no, literally.
And spreading lies. Because I don't know what you've watched, but whatever the fuck you think you're saying right now is not doing nothing because we literally,
Biggie sets people up is the craziest thing I've ever heard. Biggie sets people up?
And then
okay,
they talk about the whole Tay-Tay and Summer thing.
Yeah.
And Tay-Tay goes on to explain how she saw security, so she walked this way to dodge this one because they was looking at her, and Summer had no idea she was coming. So you're showing intent.
Yeah. It was so ugly.
And this was before the Biggie situation. So you already know that your friends, and granted, like I said, Summer deserved it.
Right.
Cool. I understand that. But you already know your friends are coming here to start and stick up for you. And that happened before this Biggie thing.
Yeah.
So you telling me your friends for 20 years that you couldn't put 2 and 2 together?
Yeah.
Please
The
save
audacity.
me the fucking bullshit, Tesehki. I see through your lies. You may fool all this young audience, but you got me all the way fucked up. You may have fooled me for all this time because unfortunately your sister is more problematic. So it's easier to believe the person who's less problematic.
Right, exactly.
But at this point, I'm like, you're a fucking bitch, bro.
It got me side-eyeing her for sure, bro. I was like, Tesehki, this is not a good look. So then Tesehki, she starts saying that the beef is so fake so y'all could dodge the real beef, where I thought that was fucking weird because what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, what is that?
What are you talking about? She's throwing shade at Biggie.
Y'all with Ciroc?
No, just in general. Because after that whole situation, like she's saying the beef is fake. So y'all could dodge real beef. Like your beef with me is fake. So you could dodge real beef. But I don't know what the fuck that means. And I don't know what she meant by that. And why is that even a shade that you're throwing at Biggie? Because this whole shit started because of your friends. Because of your friends and because of you.
And the thing is, Temu attacked Biggie for literally, it's not like Biggie got up.
Nothing, for no reason.
She was literally just talking and
she
over explaining herself the way she normally does.
Yeah, she just hit her.
And the girl just hit her.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that whole scene was so fucking weird. I just think everybody's weird. And honestly, I just wish Biggie would just start swinging back because not for nothing, Biggie had her pinned up against that tree. If you would have just swung, girl, you would have had that. But you did not swing at all. And I'm just like...
And honestly, I don't blame Biggie for thinking this whole thing was set up.
Yeah, of course not.
I don't blame her because it's Baddies.
But do you remember when we got the exclusive footage from one of our supporters?
Yeah.
And we talked about this scene before even seeing the scene. And what happened is exactly what I said happened. That's exactly what happened. And it's crazy because I'm like, oh, they saying Biggie set someone up? They feel that Biggie set someone up? That's weird because that's what I heard. So I'm like, okay, this is not making no sense to me. And look how the whole thing just transpired that way. Fucking wild. Now this brings us to the next scene that we kind of talked about already, but Natalie meets up with Stunner Girl, right? And Natalie's trying to be cute and talking about how I want you to be around more. The girls complain that you're never around, right? And I love how she tries to make it sound cute, but you're really trying to set Stunner up
to
100%. Go into a terrible, chaotic situation to fight, right? Because if the girls already are talking shit about her, basically being haters, like, she's here, she's on the cast list, but she don't be showing up. She only shows up to perform. That's weird. Of course, that's the beef that they're going to pick with her, right?
Exactly.
So Stunner said that she came there as an artist and she's sticking to that. And that's just what it is. And honestly, she shuts that shit down.
And that's it.
That's it.
That's the scene.
That's the scene.
And then
we
we
already
move
talked
on.
about that. And
Yeah.
we move on.
Exactly. Tink, Lex, and Dolly are recapping.
Mhm.
Tink is smoking her hookah, reminding me of you. Talk about I need to
I
have
always
hookah.
need my hookah.
Yeah.
I felt her when she said that, yo.
Fauna, Ivory, and Killa, they walk in.
Mhm. So
And-
Killa immediately starts arguing with Tink.
Coming in hot.
Coming in hot.
Which is crazy because she also talks about how she can't fight because her face is fractured.
Which I was like, what the fuck? When she said that her face was fractured, I'm like, what the fuck happened? And who did you
that
fight?
happened, didn't that happen last season? Her face was like,
Really?
remember chapter 1? I think her face was already fractured.
By who?
I want you to keep count. Face fracture, 11 stitches, IV drip. I mean, the list goes on what these girls have to do. And I guarantee the check is not that worth it. I'll be honest with you.
Well, they claim that the check is worth it.
yeah, because they come from the hood. So a $10,000 check is worth it to them. It's not worth it for all to deform my face. No, thank you.
That's crazy. Yeah, so now you got Lex saying that she don't like Fauna. So Fauna's like, well, I don't like you too. You don't gotta like me. So then they go back and forth. And then Lex is like, well, you had mace on your hands. And Fauna's like, yup. So Lex is like, oh, so you did? So Fauna's like, yup. And boom, those two start fighting. And now Lex
Mhm.
makes it a thing of when I asked you about this off, camera and outside of the TV show,
Yeah.
you lied.
Mhm.
And now you want to tell me you had mace on your hands the whole time while fighting me?
But it's so funny because Fauna in her confessionals, like, I don't think it was the mace because the mace didn't do this to your eye and pulls
True.
up the red eye that she had and it was like a bloodshot
Mhm.
eye.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
She's like, you more mad about the mace or about the eye?
Yo, she does say that.
Yeah.
So then they fight 2 to 3 times. And now,
Fucks Fauna up.
yeah, she does. And it's
Mhm.
like, it is what it is. I mean,
What the fuck was that shit she put between her mouth and her nose?
yeah, it was like a guard, it looked like.
Girl, it was some shit that stuck out. It was so weird.
It was like, I guess, to avoid getting a nosebleed.
Oh, is
and,
that what that
Yeah,
was?
I would assume.
That shit looked like a bird beak.
It looked crazy, but she did that to protect herself. She know who she fighting. So, it is what it is. And even hearing us talk about it is like crazy because it's just so wild that you even have to do this to protect yourself on these platforms, right? So now
Tommy and Summer
they meet up at the house
with Lex and Dolly.
Yeah.
So Dolly says that okay, because Summer's like, I want to know my beef with you. Like, I don't want to keep fighting. Like, what's up? And Dolly's like, it's your mouth. Your mouth don't know how to stop. And Summer clocks her and says, well, my mouth been the same even when we were friends. So I don't know what the fuck the problem is. And so, Summer calls Dolly shiesty and Lex a sellout. And I think that's all we needed to know.
That's all we needed to know because I feel
Mhm.
like that was like the perfect way to describe them.
100%.
So, I'm not going to lie. They were arguing and it was obviously over dumb shit because Dolly at this point, she keeps saying it's over, but then she keeps trying to argue with Summer.
Yeah.
And then Summer is asking her, what did I do to you this season though?
Mm.
Like, okay, all the shit you're talking about is from last season. What did I do to you this season? What
Yeah.
did I do to you?
She's
She's
been
not answering.
Yeah.
She's not answering. And I'm like, yo, I feel that because other than Dolly, nothing happened. You already fought her the first episode when y'all started filming, and that was it. And even then, that was for no reason because Summer didn't do anything.
Dolly did mention though, like, once being friends with Summer, do you think it just comes from being hurt because of how much Summer really switched up on her? Like, I can see that's the only thing because Dolly did mention that. Like,
she did
we used to be friends
in the first episode. Yeah, she did. So she was like, we used to be friends, and now she don't give a fuck.
No, in this argument too, back and forth.
Oh,
she was like, you got a mouth for someone I used to call my friend or some shit like that. So you could tell, like, obviously, again, I mean, that's the only thing I can see why she's still hanging on to, like, her anger towards Summer.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, but I'm happy that it's done. And they officially just said, if there is no issue, we don't have to keep going back and forth. And that was that.
Mm-hmm.
So now Lex is like, okay, but what's up with you though? Pointing to Tommy and start this whole situation with Tommy. And Tommy is just not giving a fuck. Tommy said, what happened to your Colgate commercial? Yo, Tommy had me so weak arguing with Lex because I feel like Lex was so pressed.
Yeah.
And Tommy was just like, oh.
Tommy's
and just
like,
laughing.
Yeah, she's like, you need to humble yourself.
Yeah, like I was here before you. Like, and then Lex, but I'm here too. We on the same platform. What does that say about you? I'm here too. And I'm just looking at this and I'm like, wow, this is like really crazy. So I don't know. To me, I was like, okay, are you gonna attack Tommy? You're gonna argue? Like, I don't know what the situation is. But I did realize, like, when Summer did try to say anything, Lex was getting real disrespectful to Summer. She was like, well, I'm not talking to you, bitch. All this stuff, telling her to shut up. And I'm like, all right. It's a lot for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, you don't need to be talking to Summer like that. If anything, you don't need to talk to her at all. Just ignore her. Like, she's not even there. Just talk to Tommy.
No, I disagree. At the end of the day, like, Summer did do her dirty, did embarrass her. Like, you know, there's definitely some deeper, like, I wouldn't say hatred, but dislike towards Summer. So it's like, of course, when you hear her fucking mouth, it's gonna trigger you, right? But I will say though, like, especially in the last episode 10, where like we see Lex spin on Fania, but also in this, I started looking at Lex here too. I'm like, you know, you are so different than when you first came in.
Very different.
Like, you are you literally embodied what Baddie was, and she does a great job at it. Like, she's really good at being fake, navigating conversations, starting the beef. She's fights, like, she's pretty. She's really good at being a baddie. But it's so interesting, like, to see how when she first came in, mad innocent, humble.
Yeah, nice.
Now you talking to Tommy crazy when Tommy's been in the game for a very long time.
Yeah.
Like, it's so interesting to see what this environment does to people over time.
No, literally, because I really was looking at her very different. Like, even as she was like fighting Fania, like, she really talking like her shit don't stink because she's like undefeated heavy hitter. That's what she calls herself. So she was just moving like that throughout the entire episode. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then in the next one too, where she spit on Fania, I'm like, wow. And twice. And Tink was right to say, was it Tink or Dolly? Hog spit.
That was the perfect description.
That was the perfect description because it was dripping off her edges. Bitch. They was like, wipe it, please.
How do you even spit like that?
That shit was nasty. Her mouth big as hell. She got mad saliva in it.
Bitch was saving that shit since last night.
Bro, since last season, bitch.
Yeah.
Mad fucking spit.
Cause what the fuck? That's some manly ass spit,
bitch.
Bitch.
It was so nasty. I was like, oh.
It took up space in the screen.
It was all over her big ass edges on her forehead. That was a mad spit. That was a wide area of spit to cover. Yeah, that was a wide area that the spit covered, bro.
That shit looked like...
It did look like cum.
Yeah.
And that's why Tink said, look like she got a whole nut on her head. It's so bad. So bad. This is an explicit episode. Oh. So now we're going into fucking episode 10, y'all.
Lord have mercy.
Episode fucking 10.
Listen, y'all, thank you guys for really riding with us.
If you made it this far. Yes. You made it this far. Thank you for sticking around because this is definitely a fully loaded episode for sure.
It sure is.
It sure is. We packing in 3 episodes in this bitch.
Yes, we are.
Catching up. So the girls are headed to Vegas.
Going to Vegas.
They're on the Baddie bus.
Yes.
And so Rock literally comes on and says, don't let pressure hit me. If that bitch coming and start talking to you, just hit her. And they all think she's crazy. And she's like, no, I'm dead serious.
Yeah,
she starts
beef. She's dangerous.
And she's saying this. And now, what the fuck? Wet and Amber humping each other in the back of the bus. What the fuck was that about?
That shit had me cracking up. Because Amber was like, I'm going to let it. But she's like, but I need more ass because ain't nothing in that.
She said, wet ain't thick enough. I'm going to need somebody else.
Got bones.
Was like, what bones? For real. Skeleton bones, for sure. Just humping against skeleton bones. So pressure literally after Ciroc warns everybody, comes on the bus and says, hi.
No, I don't think she even said hi.
No, she does. She says hi. And it's funny because it's hi. The voice she does, she's like, hi, and immediately hits DTV.
Yep.
And as that happens, Ivory hits her like,
you
boom.
hear, I told you. Fucking Ciroc in the background puts on this Batman ass mask.
Bro, I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was. Was that to protect her nose or something? Because she said her nose was wiggly.
Yeah. This This is crazy.
Yo, this whole shit is ridiculous.
These girls better be getting paid at least
Bro.
$30K for something like this.
Like, this is crazy. So they really did look like a Batman man.
Shorty turned into Bruce.
Batman, bro. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Next thing you know, shit was crazy. Now Ivory fighting fucking with DTB.
Yes.
They both attacking Pressure.
Yes.
Because Pressure's Ivory called her a 40-year-old crackhead, 8-foot ass bitch.
Yes. And then you got a lot of shit going on, obviously, because one person came in starting a fight with one person. Then that turned into like 4 or 5 fights between several different people. So now DTB, she's trying to sneak Pressure, right? Pressure is yelling, let's fight to Ivory, because now she's upset that Ivory snuck her, even though Pressure be sneaking everybody. So now you got So now they remove Pressure from the bus.
It was funny when Pressure was so shocked, even though you came in beefing and wanting to fight.
It's they sneaky people.
Yeah, then you want to get mad when people sneak you.
Right.
I was annoyed. I was
like, girl, come on, act like you know better. So now they remove Pressure from the scene, and she's kind of like off the bus while everybody else is still on the bus, and she's yelling to Ivory, let's fight, because now she's upset.
Mm-hmm.
So Pressure gets escorted off, and Pressure starts freaking out, starts yelling, and basically wants to fight off the bus outside. Mind you, the bus has not moved yet. They have not started their commute to Las Vegas. So now Pressure is saying that she wants to fight, how DTV and Ivory need to come off, because then TT went off the bus with her because TT kind of had her back, because I think TT kind of jumped in too and tried to hit DTV.
Mm-hmm.
So now everyone's confused. So now Pressure is yelling to Ivory that TT, she out here with me. So Ivory's like, what the fuck TT gonna do with me? TT can't do nothing with me. You know Ivory, big ego. She's like, she not doing shit, blah, 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 blah. And boy, oh boy.
I don't know. TT definitely gave her something.
TT put her through there. Her 2-pound ass put her through there.
When they were in the bus.
When they were on the bus.
And it's funny because even on that scene, at some point, Hurricane M hits DTB because they were all jumping in. So I found it funny that like TT eventually had a problem with Hurricane about that whole thing. When it's like, you rewatch it, she actually had your back multiple times.
And then Scarface E.T. stopped her. Literally stopped her from trying to jump in. So it's like, okay, what do you like? I don't know. I don't like that TT's acting like that towards Hurricane, especially since y'all came in from Baddies Gone Wild, you know? So it was weird to me. So I don't know. That shit was fucking weird. I'm not gonna lie to you. So now basically they're all fighting and it's the same bullshit. They fight outside, then they fight inside. And then, TT and Ivory, they have their go. It's crazy. And then, you know, Ivory, you can tell she got a little humble. She a little mad though. So now she's really mad. So she's going off. She wants to fight. TT's not trying to fight. She's trying to catch her breath. And now I don't even know how this happened, but a lot of people are upset with TT because you're taking on Pressure's battles. No one likes Pressure. Pressure comes in starting for no reason. And now you look dumb, which is what E.T. even said in her confessional. Like, I feel bad for you, but like, girl.
Yeah, because you said Tavian and what's her name?
Ciroc.
End up making fucking TT bleed in the eye.
You know why? Because Ciroc hit her with her phone. If you rewind it, when Ciroc lunges at her, her phone is in her hand. So she's hitting her with the hand that has the phone in the hand. And that is what caused the gash, which is crazy. Because I'm like, oh, she had the phone in her hand the whole, because when they replayed the slow-mo. Yeah,
because I was like, Tavy didn't do that. It didn't look like she got near the face.
No. But then when fucking Ciroc came, she had the phone in her hand. And that's how that happened. So that shit was just really wild. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, honestly, like in recap, right? Like there's a lot of back and forth in this bus between Pressure, DTB, Ivory, TT, Hurricane M, whatever. They going back and forth. Y'all seen the episode. It's a lot of that. But I will say, I want to pick up though, when DTB, they finally got they got TT and Pressure on a separate van. They're going to go to Vegas separately. DTB's coming up and Amber is by the door. Out of nowhere, DTB sneaks Amber.
Sneaks her,
and fucks her. Like, well, no, starts swinging. But then out of nowhere, E.T.
sneaks Amber in the middle of them fighting.
No. So what happens is, after DTB snuck her, we find out that DTB and Amber were on a separate show, and Amber had fought her or whatever.
And
like
they had
that.
beef on
They
that
had
show.
beef. So
Right.
this was her moment to get her back. But then E.T. tried to stop it and was like, don't fight. And Amber's like, no, she snuck me. I need that now. So then E.T.'s like, okay, I'm going to let you have it. Wait 5 seconds. And now I'm jumping in too, because Amber snuck her when E.T. had mace in her eyes and couldn't see.
Yeah.
Crazy. And obviously
Crazy.
Amber's like shooketh because she has 11 fucking stitches in her head.
Yeah. And honestly, that shit was crazy because I'm like, really, DTB out of all times? she was activated. I feel like that whole back and forth with pressure, and then she even hit Hurricane him for no reason.
Yeah.
Like all that back and forth, just she was activated. So when, by the time she fought Amber, of course Amber was losing that. Like at this point, she was done.
E.T. fucked her up.
Yeah,
had
that
her
was
on the
so
floor.
bad. That was so bad. I was like, damn, I get it, E.T., you got your lick back, but damn, like, were you even thinking about getting your lick back, or you just waited until DTB got her lick back to do it? Like, that was weird timing.
She said she gave her 5 seconds because she tried to stop it because she thought it was too chaotic. But she said, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to get you back, but harder.
No, literally. So she kind of like snuck her too during that situation with DTB, where I was like, damn, yo, this shit, ain't nobody safe on this show.
Nobody. Because that's exactly what DTV said. You thought you was safe?
Yeah, she said, you thought I forgot, bitch. So now the bus finally takes off.
Yes, and
they show the aftermath of the bus looking crazy, security guard looking slumped out. Security looking slumped out, laying back on the chair like he had a whole hard days of work, which he did. He did. And then one of the security guards, the female one, she had long braids. It was in the middle of the fight with Neek and them. They were pulling her braids were getting pulled. I was like, oh hell no.
Yeah.
You should know better.
It's funny because I always looked at that one security guard like, damn, like I respect you as a woman being in there, like a big bitch, really like being a security guard.
Yeah,
like you gotta really either being paid very good or like you this is what you love, because as a woman I'm gonna become a baddie too.
Yeah, bitch. We can all fight. Right. That's what, like, how the fuck do you do that as a woman?
I'm surprised she had her hair long like that. Usually it's picked up.
It's up in a bun.
But her, I saw her hair getting pulled. I was like, ooh.
Oh, hell no.
I'll start swinging.
Yeah.
Equal rights, bitch. We women.
Equal rights.
Let me go get a good one out of me today.
Literally, like, I thought the same thing. I was like, oh, hell no. You're brave. They pulling that shit.
Yeah.
Girl.
She got strong scalp.
Yeah, but even with the men, when they have locks and it's down, they be getting their shit pulled. Remember the guy?
Men are strong.
No, it don't matter though. That guy was getting tore up by Tesehki.
Yeah.
His hair was getting ragged like a fucking ragdoll, getting pulled from left to right while she's also hitting Amber.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. That's true.
He was getting decked in his face hard by Tesehki. Like, that's crazy. And your hair was getting pulled, bro.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
Yeah,
they
100%.
better be getting paid worth it, because they go through a lot, these security guards.
Yeah, 100%. They better be. But anyway, so they finally get to Vegas.
Yes, finally.
They get to Vegas, and now we see a scene where Killa and Fana, they meet up with Natalie. Okay? And now this is where Natalie says that she wants to do something fun with the girls, that the show is sold out in 24 hours. And then she asked Killa, like, what you think we should do for fun? Why Killa say dodgeball?
That shit was crazy. I'm like, girl, you guys already beat each other up. Now you want to throw balls at each other? Like, bitch, shut up. Don't get me mad. Your face is fractured. Why would you want to do dodgeball?
You're stupid.
Talking about, I didn't think dodgeball. What is this, gym class?
Yeah.
She thinks she in school again. Like,
nah,
what?
she knows, because even Fana's like, what is going to lead to a fight? She's
Yeah,
like, yup.
it is.
Like, she knew what she was saying when she said dodgeball.
Wow. So you think it was a strategic thing to say?
Yeah.
For what, though?
Because she want to fight.
Oh, my God.
Because she
though,
can't fight.
but
That's why she
can't.
used the dodgeball as a way to, like, hit her
But
ops.
then if her face gets hit, that's bad.
Nobody hitting, nobody facing her, whatever. But anyway, so Nat tells them they're going to go to ATV.
Yeah.
They're going to do ATVs, and, then that's when we get a black screen.
Where we get the whole notes of them telling us what happened, because I guess cameras were turned off, right? So Pressure and Emery get into it. They fight 3 rounds, and TT and Hurricane, they argued because TT feels like Hurricane wasn't her friend and didn't have her back, and she didn't appreciate it. And Pressure called her out on it. and was being very disrespectful. So then they fought. And then TT was like, why you wasn't fighting like this for me on the bus? Why you wasn't fighting like this? And claimed that she fought real hard when she fought Pressure. And Lex, knocked on the door. TT let her in. Lex broke it up. And then Lex was like, what the fuck just happened? So
and that's where the scene begins.
that's where it picks up from. So they talked to Lex about that whole situation. I'm not gonna lie, I was over it. I was really over it. But Lex tells the girls, Natalie has ATVs planned for us. But I thought it was cute that Tommy took the girls to a racetrack. That was fucking fire.
That was cool.
I was like, that's more fire than the ATV.
Yeah, 100%. They've done ATVs already.
Yeah. So like the racetrack was lit, but I wish they had like the dash cam to show
their
girls.
faces.
Yes, to show their reaction.
I would love to see Wet West's face, bitch.
She said she was not having a good time. So that would have been so funny to see the reaction. But they didn't do that. But of course they did that with the ATV rides. And I'm like, how many times have we seen these bitches do this though?
Yeah,
like, I'm over it.
Exactly.
The racetrack was so fun. And I wish, because they had like the actual drivers too, I wanted to see the girls' reaction so bad, getting thrown around in a fucking racetrack. That was lit.
Yeah, that was cool. And that's also the same scene where you see Tommy tell Summer she has to sit down and talk to her friend Treve.
Yeah.
Because, what happened the other night can't happen again.
Right.
And she controls the whole situation. And her and Treve, I mean, they barely talked about it, but you could tell that Treve don't remember. That's how drunk she was.
Yeah, she doesn't.
She doesn't. So it's kind of like one of those things where you really can't say nothing.
And she just apologized because she's like, yeah, I was drunk.
Yeah,
but, Summer apologized. And it was cute. They made up and they got over it. And
that's what a real friend like Tommy fucking does when her two friends are arguing. Unlike fucking whack, weird ass fucking Tesehki.
Right. So that was done. And then she invited a few of the girls. So a couple of girls she invited was Wet, Amber, and
Hurricane.
Who else? Hurricane, and who else did she invite?
I didn't write that down.
Oh, Neek. There you go.
Yeah.
Amber, Hurricane, Wet, and Neek were invited. And then Tommy talking about, if anyone fuck with Natalie, you don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
I was like, girl.
Since when?
Right.
Talking mad shit.
Girl, you know they are not going to pick a side right now. Like, you barely know these girls. Trying to get them to pick a side is crazy.
It's so funny.
Right. So now we see the girls doing the ATV and it's cute. But then right after they're done, they don't even let any space happen. No time, nothing. Right after they're done, they line up, form a circle. Big Lex brings up the situation that happens, like a perfect production pet.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she's perfect.
Perfect.
Very good at that.
She brings up what happened on the bus with Pressure and TT. Scarface says that, she heard that Emery and Pressure fought because TT set it up. So then Big Lex clarifies that. And she's like, no, I was there. That's not what happened. And they set the record straight with Big Lex. So now, of course, the hookah lounge situation gets brought up with Lex and Fania.
No, you missed this. So Hurricane M actually, Natalie calls, FaceTimes her.
She calls her.
But I
forgot.
really
I didn't write that down.
I like that she did, because as Lex is saying, like, trying to clarify what actually happened, right? Natalie goes, oh, she's actually, I'm going to FaceTime her right now because she just texted me. And because Natalie's like, I seen Hurricane fight for TT. Like, and I like that she did that because it's true. Because that's the first thing when TT was saying that too. I was like, but I seen Hurricane fight for you. So I'm confused. So Natalie brings it up. Like, what's the issue? Like, is this really a thing? And Hurricane clarifies that she's not fighting the fight that TT inherited because of Pressure. Because at the end of the day, she was fighting because of Pressure, not because people had problems with her. And I understand that. Because she don't fuck with Pressure like that. Like, you know what I mean? And that's valid as fuck. And Natalie Claire, she's like, oh, that makes sense. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
that's valid.
That's why Lex got on the confessional like, well, they need to have a talk because there's the... I'm like, shut up, bro. Like, you shut up.
Yeah, literally. So, I totally... Girl, I did not write that shit down. I was over it. I was like, can we just get this over with? I think this was when I was tiring out. This last episode, I was like, all right, I'm ready to go sleep. So now they bring up the situation with the hookah lounge with Lex and Fania. They argue about it again. Lex drops a bomb and said, but you like me and wanted to eat my pussy as they're arguing. So now I'm like, whoa. Clearly I woke up now. So I'm like, whoa.
You up again. The lesbian action.
Everybody's like, what? like Scarface, her face, she's just like, oh, Tink is like, what the fuck?
Dolly's like, what the fuck?
Yo, Dolly's like, these girls, man. They see these girls. I can't do her accent for shit, yo. So now Tink does say, y'all was flirtatious though, as Fana tries to deny it. What do you think? You think that's the truth? I think it's the truth, low key.
You do?
Low key. Yeah.
You think it's the truth or you want it to be the truth?
No, I think it's the truth. Remember when she said, I'm trying to find out, I'm trying to be next? You remember that?
Oh my God.
Shit, I'm trying to be next.
I feel like, yes, she did, but that was how many seasons
But even
ago?
before that, there
How
was
many seasons?
That was last season.
Right.
But there were speculations.
I just feel like
about them too for a minute.
Yes, but I also feel like it's such a cop-out to say one lesbian because she's like into girls wants to eat your pussy. Like,
She said you want to eat my pussy.
I know. That's what I just said. I'm like, I feel like it's such a cop-out. I feel like Lex is thinking too highly of herself, 1. I think that not everyone wants to eat your pussy, 2. And 3, there is a possibility that people can get turned off because of how you've been acting. And like, I feel like Fana, I don't know. I feel like Fana's just a little bit more mature in the sense where she can probably see how Lex is a production pet. And that to me would be a turnoff. Like,
yeah.
So I don't know.
But that doesn't mean that she wasn't interested though. That's why she said as in past tense.
Okay.
Duh. That doesn't mean currently, but that's in the past. And there may be some truth to that.
Maybe there's curiosity, but I feel like also not no more, bitch.
Yeah, but that's what she's saying. She's saying you said. She's not saying you said this today, or you're saying this, but she said you said. So this is past tense, okay? Tink confirmed it for me. She said y'all was flirtatious though. Like, that shit is crazy. So now Lex and Fana are arguing because of the whole stupid Mace thing that she lied, right? So now I think who clocked it in their confessional? They were like, okay, but that was last season. Like, that was mad long. Was it E.T.? Was it E.T.? I don't remember who it was, but it was like, why now? Why now? Like, that already happened. Why didn't you get that then and there?
But Lex already, it was E.T. And Lex confirmed why, though, because it's because she was lying this whole time. Yeah. And finally admitted the truth.
Yeah. And then she had her look stupid online, too. Like, she had her look stupid. So I'm pretty sure it was just one of those things. She's like, okay, I'm getting my shit back because you... Mace, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. Like, So, yeah, Fana put on her mouth guard and,
that's when Lex spits
on her.
And they fight.
And then she spit on her
Well, no,
again.
she tried to fight, but it wasn't happening. And then Fana found a rock on the floor.
She tried to pick up a rock.
And tried to throw it at her, but Lex obviously ran.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much the episode.
That is the episode.
Hallelujah.
We are finally done, y'all. If y'all made it this far, definitely comment that y'all made it this far in the chat, yo.
Let us know if you missed us.
Comment, yo, for real, because this was a lot. We did this for y'all, yo.
We did this for y'all. It feels nice though. Like, we missed this. We missed the Baddies recaps. I missed y'all specifically. Love when y'all
for sure
share your opinions on everything. So whatever we said today, please let us know. Cannot wait to talk about that Tesehki thing. Let us know about everything. Y'all fuck with everything we said. Y'all got things to say. Did we miss something? Let us know.
Let us fucking know, because this shit was insane.
Yes.
Oh, God. We are done, y'all. We are done. Comment your thoughts. And with that being said, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram. That's JESSI.strange. And where can they find you, Tiana?
You guys can find me on Instagram at it's.TianaLock. You guys can find us on Instagram at
The Petty Headquarters.
You guys can find us on YouTube, all podcast platforms, and Patreon at
The Petty Headquarters.
We release episodes weekly, y'all. With that being said, this was your weekly
dose of mess.